your lives, your sweat and your blood to the liberation of our people, and have sworn never to betray the generational mission of freedom in favor of personal advancement.
The structures of Umkhonto is a party. That is the primary purpose, a party which we voluntarily have joined, and for correct reasons. When we were speaking in the other platform, we made a plea for avoiding of mischaracterization of an otherwise correct and revolutionary decision and act to join Umkhonto as a party.
That at all times, members and leaders will not keep quiet when the organization is unfairly criticized and attacked in private and in public.
And what is unique about Umkhonto as a party, and it's a purposeful, foundational approach and principle, is to assemble people who can govern society to come and govern society in South Africa. It's not wishful thinking to say that we have got these ideas of what we're going to do. Is to assemble the best of the best. So to assemble the best of the best amongst black people to govern society is a best decision.
We are very proud that we have an intact organization in this province and the whole of South Africa. All those who claim to be with us, they should know that a call is going to be made in each province around 3 in the morning, asking the leaders to convene the ground forces in less than 24 hours. And let's see if that province still has got ground forces like we demonstrated here today.
And to associate with that is a best and sound decision.
This movement, for personal reasons, constitute an attack on our movement. Comrades, it is this section of the EFF Constitution that obligates all of us to speak out in private and in public and declare where we stand when the attack of abandoning this movement confronts us.
This thing of small, unviable political parties is not sustainable for the future of black people in South Africa. It's not sustainable at all. We can't, and the temptation as well, and I'm not characterizing the EFF, is that when you have got multiple of these, like they end up being fiefdoms of individuals.
It was him who declared, open quote, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Close.
It's a genuine political discussion, which all South Africans must enter into, those who are in favor of the revolution. Because revolution is the content of what we're standing for. It's not just, no, if it's me, you are betraying me. No, some people will say, you are betraying me. Where does that enter? And you don't even once suggest that I'm betraying the revolution. I will never betray the revolution. Because we're not in the business of trying to please each other's egos here. We're in the business of building a revolutionary movement that is going to emancipate the black majority and Africans in particular, and we're unapologetic about that.
Fellow fighters, as we face this testy moment in our movement, and are confronted by betrayal of our struggle for economic freedom in exchange for personal gains, we must not bother ourselves about what our enemies are saying, but we must ask ourselves, why are those who claim to be our comrades silent? Why are those who are known and popular to be the most vocal on social media silently silent? Why are their voices when our movement is under attack? Where are those loud voices? Why do they not use their platforms to speak in defense of the EFF if they are truly loyal to this movement?
I agree that we should unite all the progressive forces into common agenda, because that is what we stand for. And President Zuma, when he was inducting all of us yesterday, he says that we might be friends and we might think we're friends, but friendship won't apply here. If you do not do these things right, you're going to be taken care of appropriately.
How can someone say the decision to join Umkhonto Wesizwe is the best decision ever taken, and my wife Mantra is the first one to like such a thing, and you say Julius Malema is with us, when the partner likes the things that seeks to denounce the organization and where the organization stands, where the relatives, where the cousins and siblings have declared where they stand, and you still ask yourself, where does this leader stand? Look at those around him and you will know where this leader stands.
Some people were asking me that what is going to happen, because in MKP leadership changes every week and all of those things. What if they change? I say, like, if I'm removed as national organizer, I'm going to be a member. And if I'm removed as a member, I'm going to be a volunteer and put posters even without the approval of the leadership. I'm not here for opportunistic purposes. And that is what we are all about. I think all of us, all the progressive forces, let's unite and build this movement. There is no dictatorship, there is political discussions. In all the times that we've got to interact with President Zuma, he has the patience to have political and ideological discussions to persuade people about how to move forward. He does not stand to subjectively gain anything out of that. It's not like he's subjectively going to gain anything out of it.
We must never be blackmailed by those who want to threaten us with leaving after the Third National People's Assembly. I want to say to them, leave now. Leave now so that we can know how many soldiers we have in this struggle to liberate our people. You must leave today, because nothing is going to change between now and December. Nothing is going to change now and in the future. The future looks bright because we determine it today. We are here to make our destiny for how the future looks like tomorrow. Leave now. We have no reason to beg anyone. If you want to leave, leave now and leave us alone. Even if we are alone, we'll always continue to speak truth to power.
He had said that let's unite all the progressive forces so that we can build a solid movement that will take us forward.
It's very painful to count the soldiers you don't have.
Otherwise, the other things that are said are not worth responding to. We're going to go to the ground. Let's coexist, all of us, and then let's persuade each other. Let's build the MKP as a party which is going to take over government of South Africa. Thank you very much.
Fellow fighters, none of you should allow anyone to bargain their loyalty for position. Anyone who bargains their loyalty in exchange for a position or deployment is an enemy agent who must be identified and isolated from our movement.
IFP, UDM kind of arrangement, what is it to achieve with that? When all of us can set aside our very strong egos and say, I don't have to be a member of parliament, I don't have to be a deputy president. I can come and be led by a collective, and be subjected to a collective and be asked to go and organize branches of MKP from scratch and not be a member at a high level. That is the principle that we're dealing with. And that is what we're here for, in terms of, and so that there's not even confusion. By the way, we spoke about the unification of all progressive parties with President Zuma last year, October, before the official announcement of Umkhonto Wesizwe party. And I was amongst those that said that let us go and contest elections as separate political parties. We'll contest each other on the ground, but we'll come back to talk about what do we do moving forward. So the attempt for unification is not just an opportunistic one because there were electoral declines of the EFF and all of those things.
We do not need people who are considering their options in the EFF. We do not need people who are willing to sacrifice principle in exchange for blue lights in the EFF. We only need people who are loyal to this movement and loyal to our people no matter what. Our task now, comrades, is to build this movement and isolate those who think the EFF is a step ladder to positions and personal gain.
Speaking of personal gains, if you found this video highly entertaining, if you had a few chuckles with the remix that I've done, these are the type of videos that I actually enjoy doing. I just love to create, a fun environment, Wouldn't it be something if Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu one day stood side by side again? One for Umkhonto Wesizwe, Kwaza Umkhonto, and Julius Malema for his EFF dictatorship. Okay, I didn't say that. Floyd said that. Okay. Wouldn't it be something if they stood side by side and hit a debate? Just like the way that it's happening over there with Trump and Kamala. Okay, it is a lot. It is intense. Julius Malema feels betrayed. He is angry. There is no hiding that. He has taken off the mask. This is no longer a funeral for him where he bid his friend farewell. No, he took off all the gloves. He even showed up, okay? Did you see what he was wearing? Did you see? He put on a jacket, okay? That was his armor. That was his declaration. This is war, and I mean business. And if you're still here in the EFF, not sure where you stand, just leave us. Leave us, he says, okay? And, Floyd, what does Floyd do? Floyd shows up in a muted black shirt, but he still puts on his cap, okay? He still puts on his army cap and he says, don't play with me. I am not the one to be played for. Okay, I can still fight this. I can still fight you, but I don't want to. You are still my brother, and I want us to unite for what? For the benefit of the black people. The revolution. I have not betrayed the revolution, my brother Julius Malema. I have only left EFF because it's such a small, non-progressive party. Mm, you know, I, I am unapologetic about my decision to move to Umkhonto Wesizwe, okay? Gwaza Umkhonto Gwaza. Okay, guys, this was highly hilarious. So if you found this highly hilarious, please make sure you drop a like down below, share the video. Why? Because that tells me that you want a part two, you want me to keep editing, you want me to keep bringing this kind of content to you. But if the video doesn't perform well and the subscriber count doesn't do too well, then it tells me that, well, I shouldn't invest so much time in editing this kind of content because you guys just want it plain and simple. Let me know down below in the comment section down below. You know what? This is a non-political affiliated channel. Okay, tomorrow we might be doing a DA mix with Umkhonto Wesizwe, or we'll do a DA mix with ANC. This is a non-politically affiliated channel, but you know what? You are free to express yourself down below in the comment section below. Okay, respectfully, everybody has freedom of choice on this channel. Okay. But I would love for your freedom of choice to choose to subscribe to the channel. Why? Because we are on the road to monetization. Do you know what it is like to post a video that is not monetized and you've put in so much work into it? So I can only get monetized on this channel with your help. So yes, I am pleading out to you, help me get to my 1,000 subscribers, because the watch hours are there. We're ready with the watch hours. Now I need the subscribers. Where are my subscribers at? Where is my unfiltered family? This is your call. What does Julia say? This is your call to show off and show out right here, okay? Just subscribe. Help me build the channel. And you can silently leave, okay? You can silently leave if this is not the kind of content you love, but you're doing this for me, okay, as I grow in this realm. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.
We are here in the press conference of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party to announce what President Zuma is doing with Umkhonto Wesizwe Party is what the statement of Umkhonto Wesizwe did in 1961 on the 16th of December, to say that now that the liberation movement has been banned, what other platform do we express ourselves? What other instrument do we use to fight for total liberation? There is absolutely no doubt that the liberation movement is no longer existing in the form that it's supposed to do. It has been captured totally. It is directed from elsewhere. And then this is a platform. So if you were to check even with the people that have been identified now, the first consignment that is going to the National Assembly, if you go to check their track record objectively and not bled by these nonsense of right-wing media platforms, you will accept that the contributions that Brian Molefe did in the public investment corporations, in Transnet, in ESCOM, you will appreciate the contributions that Esiyabonga Gama did and contributed in Transnet, stable organizations. Whatever can be said, even with the former SARS commissioner, there have been a lot of things which were misled about for a very long time, that everyone else who is not a puppet of the establishment is enemy of the people. That is not the case. And people will think that I'm saying this because I'm on this platform now only. You can check the public statements and writings and articles and even interviews that we did when we came to the realization that for a very long time we're misled in terms of our characterization of society. They said there's capture because they were no longer in control of key state institutions. The white capitalist establishment was no longer in control, and then they said there's a crisis. If there was truly a crisis, why is that crisis not there now? Like, can they show us the crisis which they said existed before? People who can govern, like it's as simple as that. Like, If you say that who amongst ourselves is the best, and then you say, let's assemble those who can demonstrate that they have got capacity to run otherwise very complex and huge institutions, who are not going to collaborate with the establishment and switch on electricity on and off and say it's load shedding because there's a crisis of this and that. People who are genuine and real and have never done anything wrong, and of course will be criminalized for one reason or another.